Questions for sisters. Who is a better driver? Who is the funny one? Who is the best dressed? Who's the best cook? Who is the crazy one? Who got better grades in school?
Welcome to Tami Talkway Shines Media. Tamilore Elizabeth Odunsi, popularly known as Tami Dollars on social media, was a sweet, bright, ambitious young lady. She had a promising future and big dreams, but shockingly, just a few days to her graduation with a bachelor's degree in nursing from Texas Women's University, her male roommate stabbed her 28 times because of an argument over a cat.
Now to shocking new details in the stabbing death of a British nursing student on Houston's South Side. Elizabeth Odunsi was killed just over a week ago.
And now that student's roommate, 40-year-old Chester Grant, is charged in her murder. He's being held on a $500,000 bond at the Harris County Jail.
Orko Mana joins us live from there. Orko, you've been covering this case for days, and you're now learning just how violent the stabbing was.
Mia, we've learned that Grant is accused of stabbing Odunsi more than 24 times inside their apartment over an argument about his cat. Now Odunsi's family is hoping to move her body back to the UK. Houston police say Odunsi was stabbed to death on April 26th inside her apartment on Goforth Street by her roommate, 40-year-old Chester Grant. Homicide detectives tell me the killing stemmed from an argument about his cat from days earlier.
Mr. Grant,
now charged with murdering Odunsi, appearing in probable cause court this weekend.
The allegations in this case allege he stabbed his female roommate 28 times, killing her over some disagreement over his cat. So this is an allegedly extremely brutal murder with an extensive history of violence, which I find to be an extreme danger to the community.
A bandage seen on Grant's neck. Police tell me Grant tried taking his own life after killing Odunsi, stabbing himself at least 6 times, including in the neck. The judge also saying Grant has had multiple arrests and convictions for violence from out of state.
She was so excited for her future after graduation, she had even made plans to take a vacation. Chester Lamar Grant, her 40-year-old roommate, was charged with murder in connection with the death of 23-year-old Tamilore Odunsi, a native of the United Kingdom, in Houston on April 26th. Just before 4 p.m., police arrived at a South Side apartment to conduct a welfare check. When officers knocked on the door, no one answered. After that, they discovered blood on the concrete patio at the rear of the apartment. When police arrived at the apartment, they discovered Odunsi in the kitchen with multiple stab wounds. Additionally, officers found Grant with at least 1 stab wound in the bedroom. Grant was taken to the hospital with serious injuries, and the victim was declared dead. Local CBS affiliate KHOU was informed by Houston police that the two had shared a room for only a few months. According to Houston police, they have previously received multiple calls to the courtplex. Hours before Odunsi's body was found, residents of the building reported that police were on the scene of a fight between roommates. In court, it was revealed that Grant had been arrested and found guilty of domestic abuse multiple times in Washington state, most recently in 2023 for violating a protective order. For a place to live, rents out individual rooms in the Goforth building and roommates appeared at random. We don't use any criteria to match roommate compatibility to place roommates, the company states on its website. According to a GoFundMe account created by Tamilore's family, Tami was a beautiful soul, full of light, ambition, and kindness. She was just 23 years old, a devoted Christian. She was a God-fearing young woman who found strength and joy in her faith. She had a deep love for a church community where she was actively involved and always eager to serve others with humility and grace. She dreamed of becoming a nurse and wanted to work with children in her new career. career. She moved from the UK to the United States to pursue her dream of becoming a nurse, dedicating to a life of care and service. Tami had a special love for children and had always dreamed of making a difference in young lives through her future work in healthcare. Outside her studies, she brought joy to others through her love for creating content and expressing her vibrant personality. Tragically, Tami was brutally murdered just days before she was set to graduate from the university, an unimaginable loss at a moment that should have marked the beginning of a bright and promising future. Tami touched so many lives in a short time here. Now we're asking for help to give her the peaceful and dignified farewell she deserves. Our goal is to bring Tami home from United States to the UK so she can be laid to rest surrounded by her family and loved ones. We're raising funds to cover the costs of a repatriation, funeral, and burial, and to support our family during this incredibly painful time. So that was stated on the GoFundMe account created by Tamilore's family. It's a very, very sad incident indeed. Such a young, bright, promising woman with a very bright future. She had so many plans. She wanted to help her family. And she worked so hard. She studied so hard. You can see that chronicled on her social media accounts. She was always sharing the times when she went studying. There was even a particular video where she went to the library to study, and I literally graduated in 3 weeks, and now is the time that I decided that I'm gonna start studying outside of my room. So come with me to this new library that I found through TikTok. I actually usually do study outside of my room, but I just always go to the same places. So I thought I'd try something new. It actually took me quite a minute to find the entrance because since it's on the second floor, you kind of have to find these side stairs and the elevator. I also brought my food because I knew this library had a balcony. The inside is really cute, colorful, and vibrant, which is my kind of vibe. Since the last couple of weeks of school, I have a lot of exit exams I had to study for, so that's really what I did at the library. And to be so honest, I got so much work done, and it's because like when you're in the library, you just have to do work because everyone around you is doing work, so you're just forced to do it too. One thing I always preach about is taking a break, which is exactly what I did in this moment. I went outside to the balcony, which was so cute, and the sun was setting. I've also been having these weird back pains. I think it's because I always sit at a desk and I'm always doing work, so that's why I was stretching. And the area where the library is kind of busy, so I'll just be nosy. But anyways, I went back in to do some more work. Usually when I study, I set Pomodoros, but this time I didn't because I knew I was just gonna do work. Anytime I leave my house, I have to do work because why would I waste my gas just to not do any work, you know? I kind of got bored though after like 2.5 hours, so I just went outside. And they even have sockets outside, which is so useful. I'm such a nature person, so I got so much work done outside. Ugh, bless me. If you got allergies, just beware of that. And of course, I had to show you guys my favorite nursing study guide right now. The link is in my bio. While I was outside, I got about 3 hours straight of work done, which is so crazy because I usually never do that. But I just lost track of time because of how amazing the weather was outside. But once I realized the sun was setting, I realized it was time for me to go. But anyways, I rate this experience a 9 out of 10, minus 1 point because of my allergies. But I definitely recommend studying outside of your room. You know, she was just, making a video of that, and she was just someone that just loved life and just wanted to make something good out of herself. And she was on a path to do that, and unfortunately, suddenly, her life was cut short. Very, very tragic indeed. May her soul rest in peace. Anyways, what are your thoughts on the story? You can go ahead and comment below. Please like this video, share this video, also subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in another video.